Hi friends, I'm Oksana. Welcome back. At the beginning of this year, my company, who sponsors NYC Half Marathon, announced a raffle for spots to run in the race. So, as I was contemplating what could be the most daring thing for 2022, I thought, since I'm not a runner, to put my name in the hat and to see if I could win a spot. And if I won the spot, I thought that would be great to test my own limits and see how I would do. So, about 2.5 weeks ago, they announced winners, and I found out that I was actually selected to run this NYC half marathon. So, with 4.5 weeks to go, I had to figure out how to do a crash course in running for someone who have never done this before. In this video, I share my approach to training and also provide a mini crash course on running a half marathon for someone who has never done this before. Item number 1, shoes. I recommend going to a specialized running store because it delivers a few benefits. One, they will be able to help you select the right pair. They will be able to do a few tests for you, how you run, how your foot behaves, and pick a pair that will actually support your training and deliver the most for the first time running half marathon. I would also suggest checking out the return policy. The store that I went to, which was the Boulder Running Company, has a 60-day return policy. So after running 2 weeks straight, I realized that the back of one of the shoes was a little too stiff, so it was impacting my tendon in the back of my foot and causing some of the mechanical issues to my foot. So I literally walked back out into the store 2 weeks later. I selected a new pair that was more comfortable, and I walked out with a new pair. Item number 2, tracking. I use a Nike Run Club app to track my activity, to capture my speed, to capture my tracks, and to keep it all in one space. It also is integrated with Spotify, which allows me to have fun during my runs, listening to fun music. The app is free, and I actually really enjoy the callouts that they do while you're running to make sure you know how much time has left and what your speed has been. Item number 3, training. My approach to training is to just run for time. In time-based training model, I just set goals for how long I run without setting any speed goals. So the first week I only had half a week, so I ran 2 days for 30 minutes, 1 minute on, 1 minute off, to ensure that my body would adapt and not have that continuous pounding on the knees or other body parts and actually have time to adjust. Day 3, I increased the time to 45 minutes, 1 minute on, 1 minute off, and I peaked my training on Saturday that week at 1 hour of continuous running. I also travel a lot for work, so my second week fell on the week of heavy traveling, so I ran 3 times 45-minute each continuous running with a peak of 1 hour 28 minutes on Saturday, and again I took Sunday off. The third week I'm going to run 3 times of 45 minutes each and peak at 2 hours, after which I'm gonna start tapering off my training until the actual day of the event. So for the fourth week, the event week, I'm planning on running anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes with a peak of the marathon day of 2 hours. Item number 4, recovery. Ice packs have been a saving grace for me to help my body recover and heal, and I just use Ziploc bags, fill them up with ice, and put them on different locations on my legs for at least 10 minutes before I go take a shower. Foam roller and massage gun have also been critical, and I do almost as much foam rolling and using my gun as I'm running. So the duration of my foam rolling session can be anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes with additional 20 minutes of using the massage gun. I've noticed something that happens to me on a regular basis is when I'm feeling this pain over my knee. I don't know if it's ligament or tendon, but it's typically caused by tight muscles around the knee. So nothing in the knee is actually wrong, but when I foam roll my glutes, my calves, my hamstrings, I feel the release immediately. So that has been critical, and Sometimes I would put the knee brace for just a little bit of time to help it out. But as long as I help my tight muscles on my legs release, that pain goes away immediately. So if you have tightness somewhere around the knee area, make sure that you roll out the quads, the hamstrings, and the calves, and potentially the glutes. Recovery days are also critical. I always feel better after I have a full recovery day and don't do anything, or maybe just do foam rolling, because the next day I notice that I have more energy and my body is more prepared to deliver the output that I'm looking for it to deliver. And trust me, as a competitive person, I am all for balls to the wall approach, but I don't think this is the case, especially if you want to run and not have any injuries. I also use a sport CBD lotion, which has both CBD and arnica. I use one from Bluebird Botanicals that I have been using for a number of years, and I love it. I definitely feel it helps me recover quicker, and it has also a nice cooling effect, which is very soothing and pleasant on your body after a long run. And item number 5, diet. I have been doing protein smoothies on a regular basis for my breakfast and lunch, which helps me just sustain my energy. I typically train on the afternoons and I do my runs in the afternoons. So that just gives me that sustained energy throughout the day, and I feel great by the time I have to run around 5:30 or 6 p.m. in the afternoon. So my event is in 2 weeks, and I hope this mini crash course has helped you ease into the idea of running your first half marathon, or maybe you're running a full marathon. But I'm going to create a part 2 of after I finish my event to share more tips and tricks, lessons learned, and things I've discovered through this process. Again, from someone who has never done anything like this before and who actually has not run consistently or been excited about running before, I am definitely feeling some great energy from doing this, and I think it has been a great decision to do this as part of my daring activities for 2022. So stay tuned for more. Part 2 is coming. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.